I'm self-driven when it comes to art. There's nothing I feel I can do better than art. So I always want to see how best I can speak through art. Art is the best form of healing that I can put out there for people and for myself. My name is Yiga, Joshua Mulungi. When I finished my primary 7 in Mitiana, I joined a secondary school where I started practicing art. So I started learning how to paint from within the art studio at our secondary school. So in 2017, that's when I started moving around. I visited Umoja, I visited Afriart. I believe that was the door that I opened and saw the beauty of being an artist. And from there, I would say I never got back. Sculpture is something that I really wanted from the start because I was introduced to sculpture as a child before painting. Yeah, like those small things we make, the dolls that I actually do now are sculptures. So I think sculpture is something that I started with way earlier. So when I'm looking at my art, I look at it as a human being, a soul that I'm putting outside there, just like how my creator put me out there for a reason. So whenever I'm trying to execute this, I execute it on a level of what do I want to tell people out there. So I always look at what am I healing inside of me and what am I healing outside there. I borrow a lot from the culture, from the common practices of I, myself, and my community, to be able to speak to them directly. You will see part of the works in my show are talking about me. But at the end of the day, I'm talking about everyone. Because along the way in our culture, the practices that we have, that I do, is something that you also practice. So when I talk about that practice, in the way I understand it, there is a way you also connect to it. Talking about banana as a plant, it's a cultural thing. Here we grow banana as the baganda. The availability of the material itself created a chance for us to practice with it. And this doll, to me, I've told people that the doll is a representation of humanity. Because to me, if someone is 2 years and their parents get for them a doll made out of banana fiber, and they start practicing around it what they would practice on a real baby. So to me, this is the first manifestation of humanity, life, and physical being. Back in the day, we had a lot that was transferred to the children through their parents. They tell them, shower the doll, give it clothes, what. And this child is born and grows a responsible woman. But nowadays, we are on TVs watching this and that. There is little that is transferred from a parent to a child. So these dolls give me a chance to tell people, you can see yourself in any of my works, provided what you're seeing there is something you've done. It's more like a mirror. When you come in front of the mirror, you see yourself. When you walk out and someone else comes, they will not see you, they will see themselves. So this is what my dolls represent. So I'm trying to preserve the culture and spreading it out there for people to know that this is what these dolls mean to us. They are not for the poor kids as people think. These are things that were made out of a creative mind. Today is the Zade exhibition, a solo art show that I've put up together with my team. It's talking about the banana fiber dolls, our traditional plate dolls that we had as children. Yeah, and how I've managed to transform them into human forms in representation of the humanity or the human race. These paintings that I've put up, paintings for everyone, So I want everyone to be able to see themselves in the paintings, because if I had human faces, someone would say, that one doesn't resemble me because they have a beard. That one doesn't resemble me because they have a brown nose or this and this. So by doing this, I'm giving everyone a chance to see themselves in these stories. I'm pausing the moments of childhood to create the forever young kind of thing in everyone's mind.
It reminds me of childhood, for sure, for certain, and for a lot of kids who enjoyed playing with these banana dolls that we made for ourselves. You know, even the process of creating these banana dolls was part of the playing and part of the games that we did in childhood. So it sort of took me back to that, and I do like the material, the aesthetic, and the styles.
This symbol is familiar to many people who are going to see it, and it's showing the cultural difference between a Plato, a thing like this, and something that has been introduced to replace this. And that was I would say, the sticking point of my curatorial concept, to show that cultural difference in how these dolls are created. For example, I'm talking about the material itself and the nature of the doll. It comes to the child without any sort of personality or with traits imbued in it, like how a Barbie doll would come. Barbie already has an identity. She's cast in plastic, which is unchanging. But a child makes this doll and then imbues it with a personality. Now, it may look generic, the people who do not know what the child knows about it, but it's a really good metaphor and a potent metaphor for what identities could be like.
Very many people who are 60, 50, they told me how the show was reminding them of their childhood plays. It was more of a portal that took people back to like 4 or 6 years old. So people really enjoyed the show. I was happy that they received it like that.